Colorado's public school graduation rate recently hit 85.6%, but that single top-line number hides a highly complex, decentralized system. If you are looking for a universal, statewide checklist that guarantees a diploma in every town, it does not exist. The state provides a broad framework. They establish baseline expectations designed to prove a student has achieved what they call post-secondary and workforce readiness. But the state does not hand out the diplomas. Local school boards dictate the actual concrete rules for graduation. Because policies only need to meet state minimums, requirements vary. Two students living miles apart can face completely different graduation rules based on their zip code. One district might prioritize an SAT score. Another might mandate a senior capstone or career pathway. Assuming your school's rules mirror the district next door, or waiting until junior year to verify what your local board requires, is the fastest way to accidentally delay graduation. Despite this local variation, every student still has to prove readiness in English and math. To manage this, Colorado uses a menu of options. They abandoned a single statewide exit exam in favor of a list of approved pathways. The primary benefit here is flexibility. If a student struggles with standardized exams, a single bad testing day won't ruin their academic record. They can show readiness through other approved methods that match their learning style. The immediate drawback is that this personalized system pushes the burden of multi-year planning and policy interpretation directly onto families. Navigating this framework requires treating high school as a customized, strategic project to manage, rather than a passive march toward a default finish line. Before selecting from that menu, you have to hit one rigid baseline that anchors every Colorado student's path. State law demands the satisfactory completion of a civics course and potentially Holocaust studies for all public school students. This requirement permanently consumes core schedule slots. You cannot bypass it with high test scores or alternative projects. Looking at this comparison table, the most efficient way to demonstrate readiness is the standardized test path. It fulfills requirements quickly. There's also a hidden risk. Local districts can arbitrarily raise the minimum passing cut score. The testing path is incredibly fast, but heavily rigid, leaving students vulnerable to performance anxiety and unpredictable local score hikes. For students who do not thrive on standardized tests, the alternative is the competency-based path. The second row outlines options like capstone projects or CTE pathways. These demonstrate readiness through real-world application. The trade-off for avoiding the test is a massive time investment, requiring a heavy workload spread across multiple semesters. This multi-year pathway is driven by a mandatory framework called the Individual Career and Academic Plan, or ICAP. The ICAP process demands proactive administrative work from families, ensuring coursework aligns with future capstone goals starting as early as middle school. You also have to confirm local availability. Not all districts adequately resource every CTE or capstone option listed on the state menu. Competency paths successfully eliminate testing bottlenecks, but they replace test day stress with a heavy multi-year project management burden. These calculations face specific, high-stakes complexities for students with individualized education programs. Students utilizing an IEP must still meet their local district's specific graduation requirements to earn a regular high school diploma. While testing and classroom accommodations are permitted, districts cannot artificially lower the menu's academic standards for English and math. The critical variable is free, appropriate public education. A student's right to these transition services can terminate the exact moment graduation requirements are met. IEP families must strategically pace the student's academic progress to secure the diploma without accidentally aging out of essential support services prematurely. Colorado's graduation system is designed to be highly adaptable, but it severely punishes passive students who wait until their senior year to plan. This decision flowchart evaluates your student's profile to find the optimal path. Test takers verify local cut scores and front-load mandatory civics. Hands-on learners demand capstone rubrics early to manage the multi-year investment. IEP families initiate dual-track planning immediately to separate graduation from transition service termination. For everyone, the required next step is to stop relying on broad state guidelines and download your local school board's official graduation policy immediately. True graduation security in Colorado comes from strategically mastering your local district.